Good morning and welcome to Mimosas in the Morning. I'm Lesley.
And I'm Holly.
And we are here today and we have
We're indoors.
We're indoors because it's
storming.
It's a rainy, nasty day in Tampa. And, we're all very sad when Florida isn't sunny.
I know. We like being outside, but Lesley doesn't like to be cold.
I don't. That's why when my husband retired, we're staying in Florida.
She's staying in Florida. And so it does get chilly. And I think I've gotten immune to Florida. Because this morning I actually moved us inside without her saying anything. Because I'm like, it's a little chilly, and I'm having to wear a cardigan. And last week we were in the 90s, humidity, so hot. But today we are here with my dear friend, and I can't wait for you to all listen about Verenice's beautiful company that she created. She's the CEO, the founder. But there's a song.
And there's always a song.
There's a song that comes to mind when I think of my beautiful little friend here.
Oh. Selena dance, yeah.
Because Selena is something.
Of course.
Always has a song for everybody.
Yep. So when I think of that, I think of my little tiny bitty bum bum. Because she is something. She is amazing. Yes, she has created a wonderful program that helps so many spouses all over. Not just here, but even, CONUS and everywhere. She's amazing. Can I say that out loudly? When I think of you, I want to jump up and down. And I get excited, as you know, so that's saying something.
One thing we want to throw out first before we really get deep into this with Verenice is sending our thoughts and prayers to all of those in Nebraska, and South Dakota and Missouri. And everybody who are dealing with the floods. I know that our friends at Offutt Air Force Base are dealing with a lot right now, as well as the National Guard unit that's in Nebraska. So we are thinking of you. If there's any links, any information you would like for us to provide, please let us know. And
Verenice, you're an Air Force spouse. So if you can keep us updated on what's going on, and like before, if you need help with something, we're here to help. So now we're going to pass the mic on to you. Please tell us, educate us.
Okay, so Military Spouse Advocacy Network has been around since 2014. And there was a vision that I wanted to make sure that all the new spouses had mentorship. I wanted them to be educated. I wanted them to have a successful transition between civilian life into a military lifestyle. And this is how the new Military Spouse Support Program was born. And what we try to do now, we are providing peer-to-peer mentorship to all the new spouses that come with us. And they have support from some amazing, wonderful military spouses. They volunteer to become mentors. And I think that we are providing not just what they need, but what they deserve. I think that they deserve to have a successful change of lifestyle. And, a lot of the times we wonder how come they don't want to talk to us, how come they don't volunteer, how come they don't do this, how come they don't participate. But you know what? We're not giving them the right welcome to the military. We want to make sure that they know that we're here for them. We want them to make sure that we are here to support and empower. And that's exactly what we're doing. Something that really big that happened to MSAN 3 months ago is that the program is offered at basic training at Lackland Air Force Base here in San Antonio. So our program is now an additional resource for all the new spouses, significant others, fiancés, everyone that needs support. They come to us and we try to assign them mentors and provide them that information that they need from day one. You have no idea. I knew the program was needed there, but now that we are there and I get to talk to spouses one more time, which I missed so much, but I'm back to talking to people and families, and the need of knowing what's next. What do I do? I have no idea. My airman is now going somewhere else. What do I do? And I think that it's amazing. It's such a it's a rewarding feeling to talk to people and say, this is what is next. We are here to help you. You're not alone. So we're very excited and proud of that. And we are hoping to move forward and take this to the other branches.
And even though you are an Air Force spouse, And it was kind of created, in a sense, that's not your volunteers. They're not just Air Force spouses.
No, we are supporting all the branches, Coast Guard, National Guard, reserves. Right now we have over 20 volunteers per branch. And we are assisting all the branches, like I said, reserves, National Guard. We have some amazing, amazing mentors. And it is because of them. It is because of our volunteers that the program is running the way it is. It's because of their effort, the dedication, the wanting to make a difference in the lives of the new spouses.
And you also hire military spouses.
Yeah, so right now, with an MSAN, we are all volunteers, but we hire military spouses to help us with additional projects. So when I need bookkeeping, when I need website projects, when I need anything like that, I go outside on the force and I hire military spouses to help us with those kind of projects. But yes, we're hiring military spouses right now for specific projects.
I think that's great because I think there's been a real change over the past, my husband just got out after 20 years, and I know there's a big difference from when we got in and different programs that were available to what are available now.
I know, right?
And there's really a lot less, and I know it has to do with privacy issues and that kind of thing. So I think what you're doing is wonderful. I think it's a great way to try to build a community that seemed to disperse a little bit, I guess, during some of that time. And
I just say, I think our focus channeled so much on war and deployment, that's what I feel like I had, and I know you've talked about this, that camaraderie we had when we were junior spouses, there was that welcome, and we had someone welcome us. You were kind of voluntold you were going to do something.
That is true.
In a nice way. I still have like my welcome binder that I got.
And I just think about the senior spouses who told me things like, I remember being at a coffee many years ago, and a senior spouse telling me, if I have one word of advice, make everything better when you leave.
Right.
And that kind of thing. And, obviously it stuck with me all these years that every time I lived somewhere, whether it's doing something with the landscaping or doing something, if I was on base, it was always about making it better for the next person to come along.
And so that's what you're doing.
Yes.
Because not saying it went away completely, but I do believe, and especially being here at a joint base, you see it, that it's not just us Marine Corps spouses. It's not just happening to Air Force spouses. It's across the board. We're all in that same emotion and same feeling. And what you've created does a cohesive for everyone. You've given something to everyone, Verenice, and that is amazing.
Well, thank you. And the part of the mentorship thing is that we also link those new spouses to additional resources. And we also link them to whatever installation they're going next. So what we want to make sure is they have the continued support. We are filling a gap between day one, the day they become new spouses, to the time that they PCS. But once we know where they're heading next, we are linking them to their key spouse, to their FRGs, to their readiness center, so that when they get there, they know someone, and that support continues. And it's also an easy way for us to make everyone accountable, that we got to take care of these people. We got to take care of these new spouses and their families. So it is really nice to have that process of not just filling the gap, but linking them to wherever they go next. And after that, we hope that the readiness centers and the additional resources and the key spouse will continue to support these new families. And like what you were saying earlier, many of us get a good welcome into the military. Not everyone does. We have some amazing installations. They have a key spouse program, an FRG program that walks on water, and they are amazing. And we have some other installations that they don't. So it's a little bit unfair that it's so cool for you that you're going to the installation that is awesome, but it sucks for you that you're not. So we should not have that. We should be balanced and provide everyone the same support. So we're hoping that the fact that our program is sending people to readiness centers, to FRGs, we're trying to find people to link them. Hopefully those installations, they're getting into the rhythm of having a volunteering program. It will help them to speed up and have a better support program for the spouses that are coming their way.
And if you're wanting to volunteer, we're going to provide you. Well, I'm not. Verenice is going to provide me, and then I'm going to link it.
Yes.
If you want to volunteer, that way they can connect with you. Volunteering, I think, wait, I love volunteering. I'm the crazy person who will volunteer.
Doesn't say no.
I don't say no, but really it helps you with when you're moving to an installation and you're trying to look for a job, it can connect you with job opportunities, but it also helps you fill in those gaps in your resume. You don't want a gap. You don't want something left there. And this gives you that nice, Verenice's company will be able to, or organization, or nonprofit organization, will be able, I call you a company because that's really what you're going to do. It's going to be a big company. I feel it in my soul. But it can give you that blank that you're fulfilling within, especially like if your spouse is going through schoolhouse and stuff. It's so hard for like that 10-month time frame to find a job, or someone's going to hire you for that. And this is a great organization to step in, and Verenice can write you a nice recommendation letter.
Well, and what I think is great is the fact that Verenice, with your organization too, I think about some of the times that we went to bases where we didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And when you're going to school, and if you have somebody there, who's your emergency contact? At the schools, that was been one of the hardest things. Mm-hmm. And I think if you have that connection already at that base, oh my gosh, what a difference that would make, other than some random person be like, hey,
you want to be on my emergency list? So connect with Verenice's organization, and you already have that point of contact.
There you go. That's worth $1 million.
Right there. Exactly.
Yeah. It's really something. We always look at the big picture. We want to fill this gap. We want to make sure that spouses are successful and they don't feel lonely and scared or resentful. And you start feeling all these feelings. But the time that you get to your installation, you don't want to give anybody the opportunity because you have all these mixed feelings. So we want to prevent all of that stuff and give them the opposite, the positive, the excitement that we had. Can't wait to get there and meet people. But it's not until you hear individual stories that you realize that it's even hard to just have one program to feel it. One size doesn't fit all. So it's always great to have mentors that can actually provide the support for each individual case. They're all different. Here at Lackland, now I go every Thursday, and every Thursday they have thousands of people in one building. And there's our family members, spouses, fiancés, everybody going to graduation. And we get to talk to, we have the visibility for that many thousands of people every Thursday. And I get to talk to a lot of them. And it's not just the spouses. Sometimes the parents, they're like wondering now what's next. Are they coming back home? Where are they going? But the spouses, the fiancés, we have so many of them. They go on a Thursday for the graduation weekend, and they can marry the following Saturday, like fast. And they don't know what is next. They're like, well, I'm getting married, but I don't know what's next. And we have so many really young spouses that I had a situation of one that was going back home to graduate from high school. She was about to have a baby, and she was getting married the following Saturday. And she didn't know what to do next. She didn't know what, and I was like, okay, the first thing come first. You get married. You need to enroll in TRICARE. You're having a baby. You need to finish school. What are you going to do after? So it was so many things that, like I said, I thought that mentorship was going to be awesome. But now that we get to talk to individual people from day one at basic training, it has opened my eyes to something even bigger, that although the program is amazing and we're doing amazing things, the need is out there. And I'm just happy that we're able to provide that support.
You were able to touch them more. You were able to give more than a mentorship. You just gave them a great friendship forever.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I was like, and here's my email, and email me what you need. You don't need a mentor right now, but if you have questions, we're here to just answer your questions. You don't have to get a mentor, but we're here to help you. And another thing is that that I didn't realize was that when I was going to become a translator. There's so many people that come into basic training, the language barrier, and they know Spanish, but they don't know English, and they don't know what's going on, and they don't understand the military. And here I am all excited because I'm talking to people, and I'm explaining to them what the military is about and what is next. And I'm taking them to other resources, military resources, and I'm translating so that they understand. Do not feel that because you don't speak English doesn't mean anything. And, there's an amazing nonprofit, Janet Sanchez, provides support to all the Hispanic spouses. So I'm like, do you know there's something out there? And this is something that I want everybody to know. We are not reinventing the wheel. If there is a resource available out there, which we know that there's almost everything out there nowadays. So I transfer them to that. I refer them to that. I am just step one, and I am the one that is going to tell them, we have all of this available. You got to make sure you take advantage of everything. Now, let me give you a list of what is out there, and this is what
right.
So, like I said, we don't reinvent the wheel. We are connecting people everywhere, and we have a partnership with the Military Spouse Employment Partnership, and we're trying to get more partnerships with more official programs so that we can send in that direction, so that we don't have to reinvent any wheels. We just want to fill the gap, that little tiny gap, and then send it everywhere.
Well, we can do this for veteran spouses too, because let me tell you, talk about a void. There is nothing for those at retirement time. Yeah, that's a black hole of information.
Very true.
Yes, that is.
You need to connect with Lesley so you can start filling that void. She's my retiree spouse now.
I know, I feel so old all of a sudden.
Yes, it is true. My husband has been in for over 20 years, and I'm just waiting for that day when he's gonna come home and be like, well, I think I'm done. And I'm like, oh, no, what? So I know that although I do this and I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So I am afraid of when that day comes, now what? Like, even just a role as a military spouse. Like, where do I go now? Like, what do I do? Like, what can I continue to do? Can I continue to identify myself? I know I can continue to identify myself as a military spouse, but it's not the same because now you're retired, you're not active.
Right. And who are you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a real learning curve, I think. And I'm very, very new to this. My husband's retirement date was February 1st. So it's been, we're very new to this.
So recent,
So it is. It's scary. It's stressful. It's a whole other side of it. I think you have it when you get in and you have it when you get out. I don't think that we realize once we're kind of in the middle of it, as difficult as it can be at times, the continuity and the consistency of what to expect is very different than it is on either side.
And I also think that a lot of people say, well, I really never dealt with any of the spouses stuff. I never was part of anything, but you still are so much part of the tradition and the balls and the social things that your spouse, the active duty, part of. And now they're not part of that anymore. So you hear that a lot. Well, I missed this and I missed that, but I really never dealt with any of this. But you're still missing some part of it and trying to find that identity. We always say, once a Marine, always a Marine. I say, once a spouse, we're always a spouse. It's just finding that new chapter and figuring out what is best for you and how you're going to, we're not surviving, we're thriving in that new chapter, right?
Yes, I completely agree.
But I do want to touch on one more thing. What y'all have done is not just the mentorship and the giving the resources. You also helped with Tyndall Air Force Base.
Yeah.
And I want to give you my virtual loves. Holly's virtual loves, because that was amazing what y'all did at Tyndall, and it goes back and forth when you collaborate and you help support, and that was we bounce back and forth each other. You send a flower, I send a flower. We were helping same but different areas, but all of Florida is always helping each other to help other people.
Of course.
And y'all did an amazing job along with that.
It was interesting. So I have a network for key spouses, and it is a private group, and it's a Facebook group, and we have like thousands of people there, and they're always connecting. And Alicia, which is one of our MSOIs, she went to the Facebook group and said, hey, who needs help? What should we do? And out of that, it was like this madness. There was so much going on, all these key spouses helping in the flyers and the Amazon links and contacting people. She was getting so much stuff from Amazon. It was crazy. Then that thank goodness
Oh,
we had
gosh.
support. We had the support from the enlisted village in Florida because it was so much. It became a little bit overwhelming in a good way because we knew we were trying to help. We were not expecting the kind of support that was received. But then at the same time, to see that all the others that were doing stuff like you guys and trying to connect and send people that way, and now what do we do? And I think this is what we do. We are built to do this, and we learn this from our own spouses. We learn this from our culture within the military, and this is something that we want to continue to share with others. And that's part of the mentorship. They gotta know what we do. It's not an expectation, but it becomes part of us. It's like you were saying earlier. Sometimes you don't participate, but when you leave, you miss it. Why? Because it becomes you. It becomes part of your life, and you are used to seeing it. You're used to hearing it. So when something happens, it's kind of like an instinct. Oh, what are we going to do now? And I know that there's spouses now trying to do something for Nebraska, which is great. But
it's so sad right now. So sad.
So crazy. What Casey, our new spouse coordinator, lives there, and she was communicating with us about, I think I'm evacuated, maybe not. It's so bad. We don't know what we're going to do. And it was a little scary. We're like, oh my God, so many things happening. But you know what? We are, even on scary times, we are resilient, and right away we're like an alert, and we gotta kind of know what we're gonna do. And the first instinct is, what are we gonna do for others? We all have that, and I think that's how we are built within our lifestyle. That yeah, you make sure your kids and your spouse are taken care of, but at the same time, you're taking care of like 5 other neighbors to make sure that you're taken care of. And can you fit all these people in your vehicle? Then you're always thinking about helping others, which is, I think, something that once you retire, is you get to miss that so much, because it's not that easy to find this within the civilian world.
No. Well,
let's do it. Cheers.
Yeah,
cheers to Verenice.
Oh, the wonderful work she's doing, and all her volunteers.
Absolutely.
Cheers to y'all. Also, she's an alumni for Park University.
My son is there right now, and he's dealing with the flooding. He said he's looking across the street, and the Missouri is creeping closer to the school all the time.
Yeah.
So crazy, but yeah, it is crazy. But you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for all the support you provide to all of us, for doing this, for sharing our stories with others, for giving us the opportunity to talk to others and share what we do. Thank you so much for that. And it's especially to you, my dear friend. Congratulations for being the 2019 Marine Spouse of the Year. We are so happy and proud of you. You deserve it. You are just amazing. You are.
Thank you.
You're beyond.
Yeah. Well, military spouses are just unstoppable, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But you're amazing.
Yeah. But thank you. That means a lot. I love you very much. I can't wait to see you in May. Big loves in person. Yes. Thank you. So on that note, remember that Military Home Base brings you home one base at a time. Drink your mimosas in the morning.
And have a wonderful week.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Verenice.